welcome back to the Power Hour on Kingdom of Nerds. I'm Brucifer, and tonight I'm joined by my co-host, Zach Tells, a true believer, and Pete, the mastermind of Renovision. It's one of the best channels on YouTube. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe. There's great content every day, more content than most people will do in their lifetime.
Don't flatter.
It's pretty damn good. And if you haven't checked out Zach's book club on the Black Order YouTube channel, please check it out. Very good stream. I was there trying to be convinced to like Daredevil, and a day later, and I still, meh.
Yep, failed.
Yeah. Failed. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I know.
I have taste.
No, I don't think that's what it is.
I don't.
I'm tasting water right now.
Yeah, you have taste like you want ketchup on everything. That's the taste that you have.
Hey, ketchup
on your steak.
You're a sauceless pasta guy, aren't you? You just eat plain
pasta.
I
can without sauce. A little drizzle of olive oil and some salt and pepper and some garlic. Come on.
You just eat buttered noodles like Abed? Is that it?
Oh, no butter. No, I can't do buttered noodles. No, that's gross. Got Pops here. Hey, Pops. Hopefully people will show up. I know it's Monday night. Raw's on. People are having dinner, but I want to do it anyway because I love doing the Power Hour and talking about movies and news and stuff like that. Hey, Timothy. So let's get into some topics before we review Daredevil Born Again Season 2 and The Punisher. What was it? Trash Again or Last Trash? I don't know what it was called.
Oh, here we go.
This guy. This guy.
One last garbage can. I guess one last kill.
There you go.
Oh, okay. There you go. One last kill. And after we review both of those shows, we will talk about Daredevil and Punisher team-up movie. Will Marvel do it if it's necessary? Is there enough support from the fan base, general audience, to make it profitable for Marvel or DC? So before we start that, let's get into some quick topics that came up before. Peter Jackson says the Hunt for Golem movie was inspired by Joker. The way that explored the Joker psychologically while it was telling a story, we got the story that's in the appendices but we'll tell it from the internal Golem perspective.
Man, Marco, you struggled your way through that one.
Yeah, I know. New glasses.
New
prescription. I can't see. I don't know how well this is going to go over with Tolkien fans and people fan of the books and the movies.
It'll be fine.
I don't know.
If you just stopped after the first sentence, yes, people would probably have issues. The rest of it explains it. It's just, it's all made up anyway. Like,
yeah,
he's right. I mean, they're taking it from notes, so they're expanding upon it in their own way. So that's fine by me.
Yeah, I mean, I get what your point is, Bruce. Like, when it comes to like stuff like what am I trying to say? Games and movies and shows coming from the Tolkien estate, especially in the video game world. Like they were so good when I was a kid, when PlayStation 2 was rolling around with like Return of the King and Two Towers, and they were really fun games. And now there's a Gollum game, and that's what they chose to bring out. And so I just wonder why you're going the Gollum route when there's so many other things in those appendices that you could go through. You know, it also puts you in a tough spot where now you've had to recast Aragorn, and it's just, I don't know. It just seems like an odd character to do something with. Now it'll probably be good because Peter Jackson does a good job with the Middle Earth movies, but I just think it's just a weird choice for them to always go to Gollum instead of going with other things.
He still has circus hanging around. That's why.
That's true. I mean, in any circus,
like, we're going to use him while we got him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think Andy Serkis' performance as Gollum was just like masterful. It was just beautiful. Acting, even the movements that he did, because they hooked him up to that suit, motion capture stuff. I understand this, but at the same time, we have probably one of my favorite shows on was it Amazon?
Oh, Rings of Power.
Rings of Power. I love that show.
Yeah,
That show is one of my favorite shows. Yeah. You know, and I would have liked for them to expand on that in movie form. That would have been great. You know, we're just gonna see Golem trying to find the ring.
$500 million to make the show.
It is really interesting because Peter Jackson just came out and said that they're working with the Tolkien estate about getting more rights to things. So some talks of the Silmarillion being adapted, which I don't know how you could adapt that. That's a tough thing to adapt. If you've read it, it's I mean, people singing and the world and the universe being grown out of song and the Altar and the Vylar and how the dwarves were made. That's a lot, but there's some great stuff in there like Beren and Luthien and the Children of Huron and the fall of, well, they're probably going to do it at Rings of Power, but the fall of oh gosh, where's the water place with
the Nurin or Nurin? I remember I know the place you're talking about. But
yes, but anyway, there's a lot of really cool, rich stories that they could tell in that kind of world. Like, i.e., like for example, say if Star Wars went back and told Old Republic stories, you know, that there's a lot of stuff they could mine.
God, no more Star Wars.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot.
I can't let this go now. I'm trying to figure it out. Numenor? No.
Numenor, yes.
Numenor.
That's what it is. Yeah. So, but like those three, especially Beren and Luthien, I think Beren and Luthien is like might be Tolkien's best work, in my opinion, is just from reading it, and it's my favorite Middle Earth story. So but we'll see. I think there's a lot of good stuff coming on the horizon for Lord of the Rings fans. So we'll see how this goes. I'm sure it'll be well done. And then the what's his face is writing another one with his son about Tom Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil.
I know. We're getting a Tom Bombadil movie.
It's something. That's what I was worried about with this one. It's not like they said it was Joker 2.
You don't want to see hobbits break out in song, and
they already did.
I'm talking about the whole movie.
Come to the Green Dragon.
I know it'll be interesting to see how they make. I just the connection's interesting to me.
Yeah.
What is it? Bilbo's got a late night show in Rivendell, and Gollum shows up and causes chaos.
Come on.
Bilbo late show.
But would this make you feel better if this said that the Gollum movie was inspired by Taxi Driver or say King of Comedy? Would that make you feel better?
That would make me feel a lot better, actually.
It would be the same thing.
I would literally sleep better at night knowing that.
Yeah.
All right, then we have, what do we have? Casting director Nina Gold said the next James Bond actor must ooze sex appeal.
I'm sorry, I'm just too busy these days. I don't think I've got time.
Sorry. Schedule's full.
Pete and Zach are not available to play the James Bond. She is also looking for someone young enough to play him in 3, 4, or more pictures. I don't know about this. Really good actors nowadays, they're not like actors of yesteryear. They don't ooze sex appeal, the good actors. At least I don't think so. Male actors.
It's kind of tough out there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, do we want a Timothy Chalamet 007?
No, he's not big enough. Doesn't have the aura. But I will tell you, the Jacob Elordi guy does though. The real tall guy that was Frankenstein. He's in Euphoria. He's young. Girls like him.
Yeah, Jacob Elordi was great in Euphoria, and I haven't seen his performance in Frankenstein yet.
It's really good. And then the dude from Shogun, I forget his name, Cosmo something or other. The white guy from the
the guy who I think is like Tom Hardy's cousin.
Yeah, I've heard his name dropped a few times as well in the last couple of weeks. So, but I'm with you, Mama Bear. But Idris is too old if this is what they're going with. Which
I could possibly throw out Aaron Pierre. Green Lantern.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be interesting to see who they pick because I mean, if they would have done this a couple years ago or like 3 or 4 years ago, it probably would have been Henry Cavill. So now it's going to be interesting to see who would be next, because Cavill I thought was a shoo-in.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan
looks.
I am too. I really like his stuff, and he's
I thought
we got Man from Uncle, so I'm good.
Yeah, he was great, man.
I do love Man from Uncle. I so wanted a sequel to that.
Yeah,
me too.
Armie Hammer's been forgiven, hasn't he? He made a comeback, hasn't he?
He's selling real estate in like Sedona somewhere. He's done so.
That's fine. Put him back on screen.
I watched Baby Driver again, and I forgave Kevin Spacey after watching it.
Oh man, yeah,
you just gotta put it to the side.
He tried to put it to the side.
Oh jeez,
not a good dude.
It's
a phenomenal actor.
But the general audience forgets this stuff. We remember it because we are in this space of entertainment, and who got a pass on? What's his name? What's the comedian?
Which comedian?
There's been a lot of comedians canceled lately.
The one that was masturbating in his dressing room.
Oh, Louis C.K.
Yes, he came back.
Yeah, that's true.
Will Smith is back.
Well, I mean, let's not get. I mean, no disrespect, but when your wife's in the news talking about how her cheating on you was a sacrifice on her end, to sacrifice for you, I don't know if that means you're back. That just means that your personal business is still out there in the public.
I don't forget. I know that, Mama Bear. I know that. It's
I just get worried when they're worried about 3 or 4 movies down the line. Can you just make sure you give us one good one first before you
I know
3 or 4?
That's I like the business side of Hollywood for sure.
I liked all of Daniel Craig's movies. I didn't have a problem with any of them. The only thing I wanted more of was the traditional 007 with gadgets and devices. That's the only thing I wanted more.
I didn't like Quantum of Solace because it didn't feel like a movie all its own. It felt like DLC for the video game that came later with a couple of extra stages to Casino Royale. Like it doesn't seem like a movie of its own.
Well, sometimes DLC is better than the main game.
I know, but it just didn't feel like a whole movie.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with this property and who will they pick. I am for Lordy. I that works for me.
Yeah, I think that might be the move. Might be the move. Or Taron Egerton. No, what's the guy who played Elton John? Taron Egerton?
Taron Egerton?
Yeah, Taron Egerton. He might be the guy too. I mean, he did what are those spy movies?
Kingsman.
Short guys could rejoice then.
That's what I'm saying. Short Kings, short James Bond. Bring it back.
I guess there's a place for all you guys that are 5, 6, and below.
Just saying.
Hey.
All right, let's get into spoiler review of Daredevil Born Again Season 2 review. We're going to talk about the positives. We're going to talk about the negatives. We're going to talk about how it should have ended better or what should not have happened during the season. So I'll let you guys start with Zach, if you want to start with the positives.
Positives. Number 1, the suit. They really hyped that up when we're talking about how it was going to be really unique and something that hadn't been done before in any comic or any other Daredevil thing before. I thought that was really cool that it started out really black and then the red started to bleed through and break through throughout the entire season until there was a good chunk of it all over the suit by the time it was done. I thought that was amazing. The performances, top to bottom, I thought were really great. His ex-girlfriend, the psychiatrist, I forget her name, she became a really, really great character throughout this season. What's her face?
Or something.
Yeah, Heather or something like that. And to see where she's going. Are we spoiling? Are we full spoilers here?
We're doing
So to see her slowly turn into Lady Muse
and
to get more and more unhinged throughout the series. And then she said something very interesting about vigilantes wear the mask to see to look in the mirror and see the person they want to see. And at the end of the show, when you see her at the end, she's having a breakdown and she looks in the mirror and she sees the person she wants to see, which I thought was a really cool way to end her thing this season and set up for next season. I love that Luke Cage is back. I don't mean to go too spoilery, but Danny Rand is coming back. And so we're going to get some heroes for hire next season. And I love that this show I love that they made the change. I know a lot of people were like, what's going to happen with them making the change and just kind of trying to make it Netflix, kind of repurposed. And I think they made the right decision because I think it really found its voice this season. I think it was humming and rolling. I was excited every single week to watch it. And I thought, the writing, the acting, get D'Onofrio in a movie. He needs to be Kingpin because it's that good. And that was when we get talking about the movie stuff, that'd be something that I would want to see for sure. Because it was so good. And then the stuff with D'Onofrio, or not D'Onofrio's son, but what's his face?
Tony Gandolfini's kid.
Yeah, Gandolfini's kid. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He killed
it. I'll concede that.
Good.
He was good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I still miss Ben Urich though. That's still mad that they got rid of him so quickly as a character. Yeah. But BB's all right. But it's not the same. But
it isn't the same. I feel you.
Yeah,
but reading Bendis' Daredevil right now too, and he's a big part of it, and it makes me go, I wish he was still around.
Yeah, there's things I really enjoyed about Daredevil was actually the ending of it when I didn't have to watch it anymore.
Oh God, this guy.
Oh please.
All right.
Are you one of those people that's complaining that Kingpin should have gone to prison?
I'm complaining that I think Kingpin should have died at the end.
No, I want more D'Onofrio.
I seriously wanted Kingpin to die. I am so sick of Kingpin. Please, just get another villain already.
I know, but when it's so good,
listen, I know
D'Onofrio blaming me on forever if it keeps coming onto my plate.
He's an amazing Kingpin. It'll take years for them to replace him and find another actor to play Kingpin. But I will say this: a lot of the writing, a lot of stuff I enjoyed was that episode 6 or 7 when Matt comes back as a lawyer. He was so good in those courtroom scenes.
Yeah,
that really blew me away. I was upset. I really loved just the way the city went from loving him to hating him, all because of AI and leaked fake stories online. And the only thing that bothered me why didn't Kingpin leak his identity sooner? At that point where the city's so against him would have been the perfect time to leak it. But he just, I don't know.
I also think that's the tragedy of his arc and his character is that he could have done this and he probably could have got himself out of it, but his hubris. And I think
he could have. He didn't. That's why even when they were there, he's like, "We're doing this." He's like, "You gonna do this?"
All right.
All right.
Which I thought was really, really cool, and it added another layer and dynamic to that scene, and made that reveal so much more sweeter because now it put Kingpin in a spot where he couldn't. He was in checkmate. He was in a corner where he had to beat the living crap out of a bunch of 50 people to get out of it.
And the whole I did love the whole dynamic between Fisk and Kingpin and Vanessa. It just shows you no matter how much money, power you have, toxic relationships happen everywhere. And that was one toxic relationship. It was actually scary how toxic that relationship was.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
And if you're not one who's watched the Netflix shows and seen that build and build and build over those seasons of those shows, and to kind of build a little bit from the last season of Born Again, I felt vindicated and felt like I didn't waste my time watching the series, seeing how that played out, because that kind of was the how do you say it, like the culmination of where that relationship had been heading. I mean, she took over kind of stuff behind his back and stuff last season, right? And that kind of started to swell. Maybe a little bit of
and then that dude Kingpin kept down in the basement locked up.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt bad for that guy. I thought he was gonna let him go. I really did.
Too. Nope, just absolutely destroyed him. And then
good stuff.
But I liked it, but I can see why if maybe you haven't kept up with the show and that dynamic isn't as familiar to you as someone who's may have watched everything. Like I can see why that would maybe feel wonky and
Pete, you want to talk about what you loved about the show?
Well, I'll just get. I mean, you guys covered most of the stuff that I love too. But I'll just kind of pick up kind of a thread that we got there with. I think with season 1 and 2. Like I get it, it was a long stretch, and I think the fact that this was supposed to all have been one season to begin with, which is why I think it makes it for like such a nice arc when you add in season 1 and 2 now of Born Again, which has me curious about where we're going to go with 3 because 1 and 2 were supposed to be one season, which I can see it in my head now, like the whole play how it would play out, and it was well done. But I'm still excited for season 3. I'm excited to see the guys back. I know Iron Fist wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but my man was getting better. In season 2, he was getting better.
Agreed, Pete.
He was getting better.
Listen,
I hold out hope that we will get a Daughters of the Dragon series with Colleen Wing and Misty Knight at some point, because that one episode, I want that series. I want that little special. I want those.
I watched all of Daredevil on Netflix, Punisher, Jessica Jones. I never got to Luke Cage. I never got to the Defender stuff. Iron Fist or whatever.
Luke was uneven, but it still overall was good. Like Luke had a little bit of a rocky road throughout, but overall was good. Jessica Jones, to me, it like peaked and then it just kind of didn't go like down. It never really got as good as it was with Purple Man.
All right, now the problems I had with Daredevil.
Go ahead.
All right. First of all,
it's like skeet shooting. I'm getting ready.
I said this was season 1. I said this was season 1. It was a mistake for Marvel to just continue the Netflix stuff onto MCU, DC, whatever it's called, Disney Plus. I think that was a mistake. There was a lot of stuff that I really didn't need to see in season 2. I didn't care about the whole marriage counseling, and she just happens to be the only therapist in New York City, and she's dating Daredevil. Come on, what was that? Come on. The whole Bullseye thing, I didn't get it. I didn't understand what was Bullseye's purpose this season, just to fill time during the show. And then bringing back Jessica Jones, what was that for? Just to say, oh, we're going to bring back everybody for season 3. I don't think they kept the same tone from the Netflix stuff. I still think the Netflix stuff was way better than what they put out on Disney Plus. I know a lot of people are just, their expectations for anything on Disney Plus is very low. And when they put out something that's mediocre, people just, yay.
Okay. Make sure I'm back once we watch our Green Lantern series in the Midwest.
Oh, you will be back for Green Lantern, buddy.
Yeah.
While our space cops are just settled down in a nice country town.
You didn't watch the new trailer, buddy.
I did watch the new trailer, and I'm still not excited. And I love Green Lantern. I had Green Lantern cufflinks at my wedding. I love Green Lantern.
I love that. That's pretty.
I got all the rings.
What I wanted.
Anyway,
that's a whole separate show. We'll get to that. I'm just taking a shot at you, Mr. Marvel hater, while we're in the midst.
And I'm just dodging all the shots you're taking. Because it's still months away, so all we have in front of us is Daredevil and Punisher for now. But another problem I had was I did the show with Zach yesterday, his Bendis Run review, and they talked about the way White Tiger died during that run, and comparing that to the way White Tiger died in the Daredevil series. It was just so bad and watered down. There was no emotional tones to it, unlike the comic. I'm just like, why didn't they just do it like that? Have him die on the steps of the courthouse, you know? And then the whole Karen Page making her out to be a vigilante and putting her on trial, that was just stupid. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it, but I don't know. I'm not a Daredevil fan. I never will be a Daredevil fan, but I enjoyed the Netflix stuff. I don't think the Disney Plus stuff met the expectations that is set forward when it first was announced. Whoever wrote this, hopefully they change the writer in season 3 and bring it to the level that Netflix show was. Zach, we lost Pete.
Oh no, we lost Pete.
There we go. I agree. I'll be honest. I thought a lot of this season was kind of directionless. I think a season 3 gets worse, but who knows? The Mandalorian's coming this weekend. Yes. Hey, Lady Fantastic. There's another trailer today. I'm ready, Lantern. We will. Zach and I will be reacting to the Green Lantern trailer later. I'll be putting out later tonight. Zach, what did you not like about this season of Daredevil?
I mean, I like it because I thought it was a great narrative choice, and I thought it worked for the character. But I didn't like that Daniel died. I was hoping that he'd make it through, but I get it. So it's not something that I didn't dislike. It's like something that you listed off.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I don't know, man. I really, really, really like this show. I've been watching since Netflix, since the premiered on Netflix. And so I really love, I think Matt Murdock but what's his face is Matt Murdock. The actor who plays him is one of the best castings.
We are horrible with names, aren't we?
I am. I always am. It's nickname. Charlie Cox. There we go.
Charlie Cox.
I think Charlie Cox is one of the best superhero castings that we may have ever seen, to be honest with you. I think he plays Matt Murdock perfect. And I know that Matt's a redhead, and when he first got casted, there were some complaints and whatnot, but I think he has far exceeded any expectations that anybody had for him as the character. And so I'll watch anything. I mean, I'll watch this till the wheels fall off. I wish, I don't know. I wish maybe there was some more. I would have loved to see some Elektra. If we're going to bring Jessica Jones and everybody back, maybe we get some hints at Elektra. But who knows? Maybe the Punisher stuff and some of that hand stuff that's going to be happening in the new Spider-Man movie. Maybe that hints at something coming along with there. But Charlie Cox is definitely a dicey name in this crowd.
I agree.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough for me to find things. Maybe there's, I'm with you a little bit on the Karen Page vigilante stuff. She kind of had to take the place of, with Matt not being missing.
Yeah.
Karen had to kind of take the place of him as the face of this thing. And so, and I mean, if they get her, then obviously they're going to be able to hopefully get to Matt, right? And so if they get Karen, then they get Matt. So she became a big. I loved her this season. I thought I loved seeing her get her hands dirty more and to be a little more badass Karen Page. I think because if we're setting up for maybe Bullseye to do something really awful to her later on, a couple seasons from now, it's really going to be something really beautiful and sad and fantastic because we've gotten to know her so much and seen her do so much. Like she is completely different character. Well, not completely different, but has grown so much from when we saw her first in season 1 on Netflix to where she is now. I mean, it's in some aspects a completely different lady. But I can see the complaints as to her taking more of a more down and dirty role, which I like, but I can see why people wouldn't like it.
One thing I before Pete goes, I will say this. I
already rage quit. I don't have anything to say. I'm just kidding. No, we had a
How
power
were we allowed
surge.
to do that?
We had a power surge. That's why I dipped out. The power went off, so I lost the internet and had to reboot and everything. Like
I've had that happen. That sucks.
Yeah, I know.
I'm surprised it haven't happened yet. We're like 90 degrees here.
Yeah.
I will say that I thought the Karen and Matt romance love thing towards the end of the second season. I'm like, huh? What? Why? They were going so what I thought they were moving toward Karen and the Punisher, Frank, falling in love and being together, and they don't even talk about Frank in second season, do they?
No, he's off killing the entire mob.
Yeah.
He showed up. He showed up to help with the prison thing.
That was the first season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that the beginning of this one?
No, he didn't.
No, the swordsman is the one who helps him in the.
Oh yeah,
which is the coolest the swordsman may has ever been, and even in publication history.
Yeah, I agree.
They made the swordsman cool. Okay, that's a huge,
Listen, and the way they ended season 1 with, "I'm from Jersey, you're from Jersey. Hey, you want to shake my hand?" Yeah. But Pete, what did you not like about this season as a Marvel show?
Did I not like?
Yes, about season 2.
I feel you, Pete. I had the same reaction.
Kind of a tough call. I mean, I will admit, for those who think that Kingpin should have probably went to prison at the end, I guess, they do have a point. He did murder a lot of people. But had it not been in view of so many people, I mean, a lot of it was done where there were no witnesses really to call him out for it. So until that last bit where he was on, even that's still just a crowd of a couple dozen people.
Yeah.
And I feel like he could hide behind self-defense.
Yeah, he could, I guess. Drenched in blood, just snapping people in half.
Yeah, I did want to see all those cops get killed. All those agents, they should have all died. Something. Especially what's his name? The leader of the group. He should have been dead on the steps.
But that's the point. That's he did his job. You're supposed to hate him. Like, you know what I mean? He did a good job in playing his role.
Oh, I know that guy. I worked with that guy.
Yeah, I bet you did.
That's the point.
That's why I hated him so much. It's not like a New Yorker would shake the hand of a guy from Jersey. That's true. Well, I shook Pete's hand, so.
Yeah, exactly.
We shook hands. We get along. They're setting up Karen Page to be a vigilante because they want the castle thing, Karen and Frank.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think that Karen to Frank represents the happiness and softness of his family and his wife, and I think that's all she is to him. I don't think that. I think they did tease a little romance there in the special, and I know there's been some of that in the past with them, but I think
it's all memory though.
Yeah, it's
all imaginary. Like if he were to meet this Karen Page again, she's not the same.
No,
he would not be woo-eyed about her. Be like, wait a second, you're too much like me.
Yeah,
I agree. Because she almost just put a bullet in Bullseye's head. She was not playing around this season, Karen Page.
She was not playing around. But I, what more can I say about this season? Is I really still wanted Kingpin dead season. I feel like we need to move on from Kingpin as a villain. We've seen enough of Kingpin. At least I have.
Until he fights Spider-Man, never.
Yeah.
Never.
Are you just saying for Daredevil in general, or what's your Kingpin?
I'm saying in general. I'm sick of seeing Kingpin, and we've been seeing what for a decade now. The same thing with Tom Holland. I'm sick of seeing Tom Holland.
I was gonna ask, like, do you hate the heroes too? Like, what? Because one of the biggest things they did wrong was getting rid of Cottonmouth after only 6 or 8 episodes or whatever the hell that was, because Diamondback wasn't, again, you didn't get to Cage, but he wasn't the same villain. Like, anyway.
My favorite tri-state team up is Method Man and Redman.
I giggled when I saw that earlier because
I don't mind seeing Kingpin and something else. Just over it in Daredevil.
Fair. I mean, that's fair. We can move on to something else in Daredevil. But I mean, they kind of did. We also had Bullseye. We had Muse mixed in.
Yeah, we had Muse for what, 2 episodes?
Yeah, you had the Hand play a role. If we go back to Netflix, I'm saying as well. Like,
and now you have a power vacuum with Fisk gone. So I know the Owl is going to be in next season. They've talked about adding the Gladiator coming back next season. They talked about, Lady Muse for sure is going to be there.
Yeah.
And so I think, and you got Bullseye now working for the government. And what other people from the government are they going to bring in? Maybe some metahumans and things. Who do we see in jail with Matt? Who's going to be in there?
Yeah.
You know,
that's gonna be fun.
It is. I'm really excited about that. But I think there's because I've listened to the showrunners talk about next season and kind of what they're thinking about doing, and they talk about that power vacuum. They talk about who's going to fill that, and they have a bunch of different people that they're going to bring in to see who fills that void. And I think it's like we talked about on Sunday, right? I mean, in the comic, when Fisk is gone, there's that whole power vacuum, and Owl selling, mutant drugs to regular people and regular people are getting superpowers. So maybe they go that route. And so there's a lot of things they can do.
Tombstone could be in the mix at this point. They've kind of raised his profile.
Yep.
And I know he's in play. It could be a lot of fun stuff.
I think so. And then Kingpin comes back, and now you're throwing.
We don't need Kingpin to come back.
Well, he is. I mean, he is. He is in next season.
I know. I guess.
But
it's
just want him chilling on the beach drinking Coronas the rest of the.
I'm sure they will all be Echo and the other mastermind of Marvel. Bullseye joining Thunderbolts. Are we getting Dark Reign?
I hope so. I wish that was a way that
we need Norman.
Yeah, we need Norman, and we talked about it off stream a little bit, but that's where I like to see the MCU go, is to kind of start moving toward Dark Reign, have some big event go on post Secret Wars that kind of causes people to lose faith in heroes, and then here comes Norman, and now you've had this kind of government stuff with what's the actor's name was Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. I loved his character. I thought he was
Lillard.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard. So there's a lot, I think there, and from what I don't know, you guys probably heard the same thing, but it sounds like they're going to really go all in, not all in, but do a lot of stuff with the street level heroes, and do some Midnight Suns, and do some more multiple street hero people kind of meeting up with each other, because that's the stuff that we all really thoroughly enjoy. So I'm hoping they do that.
Let me answer CJH. I think the comic versions of characters are more fleshed out than MCU characters by far.
Oh yeah.
And it's hard to translate. I know a lot of people want a lot of these stories and characters translated directly from the comics to the movies, but a lot of that stuff doesn't work when you bring it to live action.
Apart from that, we don't have 30 years to retell all the stories again.
Yeah, true. MCU. What's this? This is turning into Star Wars. We want a surprise appearance and characters to come. Yeah, I tried to get Dom on the show just so I could do this. Wait, where is it? Do I have it still? I still have that from when Don was a regular on the show, but he was eating dinner, too busy to come on the show. He was so tired from the exhilarating, exciting talk of the Dark Side show every Sunday on Renavision. Got to put Bullseye to work in Europe. It can translate it well, animated. Yes, I agree. A lot. If Marvel, DC, and a lot of these comic book companies did one-for-one translations to animation like manga does, I think they could have something great, but I don't know. But it takes so long for animation to get done here.
I mean, DC has done it though, haven't they? I mean, think of all the little animated movies and little things that they came out with, adapting all these little stories and arcs and events.
Yeah, true.
Marvel hasn't. Marvel just does dumb. Hey, we got an animated show for Doctor Strange because we had a Doctor Strange movie. What is this about? I don't know. It don't matter.
Yeah,
I love the Doctor Strange animated movie. I thought that was the best one.
Looks pretty cool. Are you talking? Like the mid 2000s animated? Yes. Like the Ultimates was pretty good. I like the
Ultimates
Avengers.
Was good.
And then the future Avengers, the Young Avengers.
Avengers Next.
Yeah, whatever that was. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I love that.
But
And then they gave us Wolverine and Hulk and Wolverine and Thor, which was horrible.
Yeah, no. DC animated is, in my opinion, way better. They have some way cooler.
Then a movie with Dom. All right, now let's move into the Punisher special. I'll let you guys start on what you liked about this while I go puke. I'll be right back.
You could go ahead.
All right. Things that I liked about it, I thought it was extremely well acted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, John Bernthal's an Academy Award winning level actor. I know he hasn't won one, but he's on that level. He's phenomenal. And I thought it was really interesting listening to him and the director talk about how they brought in his actual daughter to play Frank's daughter in this. So he's sitting there having to look at his daughter while he's absolutely going just balls to the wall emotionally. That's not an easy task, especially with your own child there. That had to have been really uncomfortable. I don't know. I mean, it just felt like a one shot to me. You know, and I've read the Marvel Knight stuff, and so like I was waiting for some polar bears to eat Mama Nucci. Spoilers. But it seems like this was like a pitch for a TV show that we all got to just watch as like a special presentation.
It just feels like an in between. Like it just tells us, well, why wasn't Frank in Daredevil season 2?
It tells. I would have liked to have seen him. I mean, if there's any complaint, I would have liked to have seen him go through and kill all the mob guys. If that could have been like the opening montage or something to give us.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
That's true. We got to see it a lot the rest of the show. He killed a lot of people in that thing. So,
our buddy Matt over at Absolute Geek was complaining. I was like, well, it's like the Raid. I'm like, yeah, but what's bad about that?
What's bad about that? Exactly. Like I've heard these comparisons as well, and I'm going, what's wrong with that? Those are good movies.
It's like John Wick. Yeah, and I like that too. So what's your problem?
And I mean, I don't care. No disrespect, but the Punisher has been out longer than John Wick has been out, and so all I'm saying is it John Wick, or has John Wick been being the Punisher in the John Wick movies? That's just that's fair.
No, I will admit their animation has been better for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not lying here.
It still does. It's not up to par with some of the other stuff out there, though. We want to get into Invincible and stuff Netflix is rolling.
Well, let's not talk about Invincible's animation this season. It was bad.
Oh, nice, Timothy. That's a great find.
But that all said, it was a one-shot special. It's bridging the gap to answer where he's been and where he's going to be. Now we know kind of where he's going to be when he shows up in Spider-Man. Not wondering. Like I was wondering about Luke Cage, because when I last saw Luke Cage in the Netflix universe, like he was the head of a crime family. And now all of a sudden he was off in Europe fighting whatever. I don't know what they were kind of alluding to.
What was he doing in Europe? I don't even know what he was doing in Europe.
I don't know. They just kind of vaguely like he was doing something.
What's going on in Europe? Yep.
I don't know, but maybe we'll find out. But the point is they at least told us about Punisher. Now I can at least know what happened with Punisher. Where's he been?
So what did you like the most about it, Pete? Anything that stands out for you on the special?
Yeah, it was entertaining 45 minutes. It had some very intense acting moments when you had just Frank like completely losing it to the point where he was going to take his own life, at his family's graveyard, to just nonstop balls to the wall, just action fighting, which again, I'm a fan of that too. So what else could I have possibly wanted? I didn't need this to be a 3-hour movie. Like, to me, this actually worked. We didn't have a lot of excess nonsense that was like, well, do we need to really explain the real gritty backstory behind why Ma Nucci's so mad? No, you got it. He killed her whole family. That's all we need. Like, we got the setup. That's all we need to know.
One thing I have issue with, John Wick Punisher turned into family-friendly, jokey Punisher and Brand New Day. Maybe he really needed to visit.
He just shot that dude on the street because he killed the Marine's dog.
Yeah, I mean,
that was why he killed the guy's dog. He just killed the guy because the guy said, yeah, do it. So he's not going to be your family friendly.
No, I don't think he is. And I know, in the trailer, you get the one moment where Spider-Man does something kind of quippy and puts the stuff over his face. That's one moment from an entire movie. And I'm telling you right now, you're not getting Frank going to come out here and tell like mom joke or dad jokes to Spider-Man.
He's not gonna tell fart jokes or dick jokes.
No, I'm telling you right now, he's gonna be killing a lot of people, and Pete's gonna try and stop him from killing a lot of people. That's exactly
I think that's the whole point.
Yeah. So
all right. Now, what I loved about this.
He's gonna sit here in silence for 5 minutes.
What?
Yep, he's not gonna say a thing. Yep.
Okay. Now what I did not like about this. All right, it took way too long with his existential crisis moment he was going on. That was like 15, 20 minutes. I did not care about that. And then it shifts gears so quickly into a video game. I felt like I was watching somebody on YouTube playing a video game. It felt like that scene from Doom when the Rock, it just turns first person.
Yeah.
It really did. We've seen this before. We've seen it done better in the Netflix show. I understand he's suffering from PTSD and emotional turmoil of trying to figure out who he is. I just think it wasn't done well for me. And
what wasn't done well? Exactly.
I don't know. I don't
You're
think
saying things that you don't like, but what wasn't done well? Was it not acted well? I know you're not.
I don't think there was enough acting in it. It didn't have enough plot. It didn't have enough script. You know, this is why actors should not write stuff.
What script do you need for the Punisher?
There was no script. That was the point.
I do got to tell you though that one of the things I learned in acting school is that when they say human beings communicate, 90% of it is physical with the body and 20% of it is verbally. And a lot of the stuff that he didn't do verbally, like when he was just standing there silently listening to Mama Nucci talk, and he was silently walking through the city while people were getting mugged and stuff, he was telling a really fantastic story without even having to say a word. And
waiting in line,
waiting in line for the coffee. And he was telling, I mean, you could see what he was going through without him having to say a word. In some circles, some people who are fans of the acting craft would say that that's a phenomenal performance, that he told the story that he wanted to tell without having to say very much. So I understand maybe someone who wanted to see a lot of frank, cool dialogue, and I get your point. But from a fan of the craft, that was a really his performance carried that thing and made that thing fun, more interesting to watch. Because on paper, you're right, it's 45 minutes. This guy's having an existential crisis. He's seeing things, and then he goes off and shoots people. Yes. But John Bernthal's performance is what elevates it and what put it in a spot where I thoroughly enjoyed watching it for the 45 minutes.
You know, and the whole thing with Mama Nucci, it felt like a throwback to a 1966 Batman episode. You're going to die in an hour. I'm telling everybody where you live. And that was just like, they had him surrounded. They should have just killed him right there on the spot. And then she's rolling away. And there's no way for her to get back on the sidewalk. How's she getting back on the sidewalk? Just saying.
I feel that stuff was kind of, they should have shot that better. That
was very badly edited. I will say this also. If they would have taken the flashbacks of him taking out her family and did that, I think that would have been better than this whole shoot 'em up, kill, hardly any dialogue, plot hole ridden 45 minutes of a wasted time, 45 minutes that I wasted watching this. I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Again, I'm not understanding what exactly you want. So you want the backstory fleshed out?
I think the backstory would have been, if that would have been fleshed out more leading up to.
What would that have given you?
That would have given me a plot, something, a motivation.
You already have that. Making it longer doesn't change the plot. Just because you make that part longer doesn't change the fact that he hunted these gangsters down and killed them. Just because you spend 5 minutes recapping that he did it, or spend an hour and a half showing you him doing it, it's still the same story, still the same plot. So that's why I'm questioning what exactly you wanted.
I wanted something that I could rewatch over and over and have some cool Frank lines like Zach said. But I just felt it was just
Frank lines.
It was just fan service for fans. If I want a no plot kill 'em up, I'll watch John Wick. If I want to see if I want to see killing an apartment building done well, I'll watch The Raid. Just saying.
Each their own.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's 4 movies of 12 hours of John Wick. What is there, 3 raids that they did? Or you could just watch this in your 45 minutes.
I know this was all fan service for Punisher fans.
I don't think it was just all fan service. Again, I think it's just bridged that gap. Like I said, it just gave you that fill-in of we're going to give you more of Frank. We got to get you up to speed of where he's been. So we have to do something. Like either we got to give you an episode of him on Daredevil or we got to do a special because otherwise people aren't going to understand where we're coming from.
I think this should have been an epilogue episode of season 1. I don't think this needed to be a.
Well, you can kind of do it that way, to be honest with you.
Yeah, what's
you
the
can kind of
difference?
do it that way.
I'm just saying. We've had 3.
If it was an episode of the show or an episode on the show,
because I feel it would have been fleshed out more. It would have had a plot. It would have. It would have been
this plot.
Connect. I wanted to connect it to Daredevil more. That's what I wanted.
I can see.
I don't feel like they did that.
Because he didn't have anything to do with it. That's kind of why.
Yeah, but the last time we saw him, he was breaking out of jail because he's from Jersey and he's going back to Jersey and Jersey over here. It just, I don't know. It didn't hit any of the same tones, emotional tones that you guys had for it.
I think you're just more worried about trying to connect it back to Daredevil as opposed to put you in place of where we're going to see him next, which is what I think the point was. I think the point was to put him in Spider-Man without having to worry so much about the baggage of, well, what has he been up to? Where has he been? That is what I think the whole point was wrapping up, that he just even off screen took care of the rest of these mob people associated with killing his family. So we're not still 10 years later. It's still, well, he's just,
we didn't get everyone
those darn mobsters keep getting away from him.
We could have got that 5-minute flashback in Brand New Day, and it could have served the same purpose as his 45-minute.
Yeah, it's true. It's not his movie. That's a good point.
So you don't want to be worrying about spending time on him because then you're taking away from Spidey, which we're going to need a lot of fleshing out there too.
Because there's a lot to unpack in this movie for Spider-Man. Exactly. And then you got the Hulk that's going to be in there as well. So, I mean, there's going to be
another Spider-Man movie with multiple appearances by heroes that Tom Holland can't carry a movie by himself. We get it. I understand.
Or we've had 2 other Spider-Men who have had those solo movies where we've gotten to watch them just be by themselves fighting other heroes. And I don't know about you, but I always thought when Tobey Maguire was fighting, oh man, I wish that maybe the X-Men would show up because the same universe. Or what about the Fantastic Four? And now with the Tom Holland movies, we get the cameos from the other heroes. It's a world that's filled with superheroes. So if none of them show up, someone would complain, hey, why didn't Mr. Fantastic show up and help Spider-Man defeat?
How come Spider-Man didn't show up in Daredevil Board Again? Where was he?
That's what I'm saying. Where was
Spider-Man during that?
Sony won't let him use them outside of the films, but that's a whole nother conversation and stupid.
Yeah, and perhaps we'll find out. Maybe we'll get a little recap at the beginning of a Brand New Day of what he was watching Wilson Fisk be mayor of the city. I don't know.
Or looking out at his phone going, oh my God, my lawyer was Daredevil?
They just sound like a lot of coping and a lot of explaining away all the faults that are in this special. Just saying.
But that has nothing to do with the special.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the special. I'm just
saying, your whole problem with the special, you want more plot, but he gave you the same plot. I don't know what you want fleshed out. You want just other parts fleshed out, which to me seems pointless.
There we go. I didn't need an America special to put her in the multiverse of madness. Agreed. You don't need a special to put Punisher in brand new
the
day.
girl playing America Chavez ain't John Bernthal and does not John Bernthal
she
playing
also
the Punisher. So no disrespect to her, but it's two.
I'm just saying, whoever
It's
Green.
not. Whoa, hold on. It's not the same thing because it's not introducing an unknown character for the first time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You had to clear up his baggage before he shows up because he has baggage. That's why it's not a 1-for-1 comparison.
I don't need a Hulk special to put him in Ragnarok.
Because the movie that he was in sent him off into.
Yeah, they already set that up.
They sent him off. They set it up. He was good. They didn't need it. Didn't need it.
And they set it up that Frank was leaving at Daredevil. He'll show up on the street somewhere.
Hey, listen, this is good content. We're getting Punisher, Daredevil. We're getting all this good stuff from Netflix that we wanted. It's coming back. So I'm not going to complain because then they won't do it. And then we won't have it. And then everyone will go, why don't we have it? And they'll, so I'm not complaining. And I think it's going to be great. And I think people are going into Brand New Day here thinking that we're getting like Homecoming Spider-Man, like we're getting like young Tom Holland, and we're not. Like those 3 movies set him up to be the Spider-Man that we know and love. Okay. And
think about where we left him in Daredevil. He's sitting there making fun of these cops wearing his gear, pretending to be badasses, right? Meanwhile, he's just gruff guy, like you said. I'm going back or whatever. Now we need to explain why is the Punisher wearing Punisher symbol on his chest, roaming the streets, messing around with criminals? Why? How did we get from A to B?
Here's another thing.
Well, tell me. How do you get from A to B then?
A mob family dies. He takes out the mob family, and there's this anarchy in the streets of Little Italy. Growing in New York, we've had mob bosses get killed throughout the 80s and 90s.
Not Wilson.
That
Fisk's
never
New York.
happened.
Yeah, not Wilson.
Not Wilson Fisk's New York.
And not New York that has superheroes that live in it and took caught an alien invasion in the middle of it. So
he's supposed to be the grounded character. Just saying.
No, I feel it. I just, you got to have a little bit of suspension of disbelief when you're watching a superhero film. It's not The Wire. It's not Heat. Okay. It's a guy who has huge PTSD issues, who goes around and kills guys to help him feel better about his family being murdered in front of him. And so like there's a level of like realism that you have to kind of ignore. And that's the same with all superhero stuff. And I hate nitpicking on it because at the end of the day, there's people in capes flying around in this universe. So like, how nitpicky can I get?
I don't think they'll be wearing his symbol anymore because I don't think they're around.
No, I don't think they're wearing his symbol anymore.
Oh, in real life, they're still wearing it. But that's another story. I will say this. I still think that the stuff on Netflix was better than what's on Disney Plus. It feels watered down. It feels not very well thought out. I don't think it was. I don't feel like the special was very well thought out. That's me. They just do something out there, kill, blah, 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 blah. And it was mediocre for me. But that's just me. These 2 guys loved it. It's up to you guys as an audience to make up your own minds about Daredevil special, One Last Trash or One Last.
Or you can listen to the DC guy who wants to watch space cops float around the Midwest.
I do.
Riding horses.
I do.
Sharing a ring.
See, I also think that's going to be really good too.
It's going to be really damn good.
I can tell you exactly. From what you're watching the trailers, they're adapting Jeff Johns stuff, and if it's going to be great. And the Black Hand and where that leads to, for those of you that have read Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, I think we're in for a really, really good time. So
I hope so.
Brown suits be damned. I feel like it's going to be a pretty good. So.
Kill sounds like a Punisher plot. It's a plot for every story. A Punisher.
Yeah, act like the Punisher is Shakespeare to begin with. Punisher.
I will say this: the Punisher, when he was leading the hand, was a very interesting take. Yeah. I like that take. So yes, that's something nice about the Punisher. Not the special, the Punisher in the comics.
Yeah. So Daredevil Punisher being Daredevil is what you want. Because
Matt Murdock becomes the Punisher. That would be awesome. And I will. Let's get into this. Before we get into that, the numbers for both Punisher and Daredevil have not been good. At all. Even though a lot of people that watched it, like you guys, really enjoyed both of them, the views aren't there. And I think this is why today Mr. Barenthal took to social media.
Is this the thing where he says it's for the fans? Oh.
Says he's down to keep playing the Punisher in the MCU. I think I have to be the one that's making it. He's thinking very highly of himself.
Or I would say he's the one that knows the tone and understands the tone, and you wouldn't get a bunch of, him killing guys, throwing dogs in the middle of the street if somebody else was running it. And I think that's why he dipped out of the first season of Daredevil until they reworked it and brought back everybody, because the tone of it was not what he wanted to do. So I don't know,
Yeah.
I see this as desperation. I don't think they got the numbers they thought they would with Daredevil and the Punisher. It's both seasons of Daredevil and the Punisher. I think he sees the writing on the wall. I don't know.
I think you're just, and most people are just overlooking that it's streaming. Like numbers mean what?
Yeah,
we still don't really know what these numbers mean, because streaming in and of itself is kind of still relatively a new thing when you think about it. A decade? Is that enough time for us to understand what are really good numbers and what are really bad numbers? What are new numbers and what are no numbers?
The Pit put up good numbers. What else put up great numbers? Percy Jackson put up great numbers.
But what are we talking about?
Lord of the Rings. I mean, I don't think.
First of all, I think Lord of the Rings, they've criticized the response that it got from Rings of Power, that it's not doing it well.
It's still got great numbers. A lot of hate watching went on with like everything.
And I also just like to point out in the chat here, CJH here says that they were canceled because no one watched them. They weren't canceled because no one watched them. They were canceled because Marvel TV was shifting from, it was going to do its own thing on Disney Plus. And so they got rid of all the Netflix stuff and any other show that they had on any other platform to start putting everything on Disney Plus. So no, I would not say it was because no one watched them, because
to be fair, they're still trying to figure out how to make these things profitable. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like streaming in of itself, it's like at first it's like, sign up for our service. We've got these shows. That day has passed. Like now we have all of these different streaming services. How do we keep people? Well, now they're just maintaining. And whether they're, it's still all new is all I'm kind of getting at. Like,
yeah, I'm with you.
Numbers, I could give a shit about numbers. What do I care? It's not my money.
But I know you don't care about numbers, but the people that make this stuff and greenlight this stuff care about the numbers. They care about the viewership. They care about gaining.
But they've already made their decision.
Yeah, I would say they care more about
2 or 3 years ago.
I would say they care more about social media chatter and how it's playing on social media and how that gets out there. And that did very well on social media. I mean,
promoting with help, which Netflix is notorious for not promoting anything.
And I will say too, they're still figuring out how to do residuals when it comes to streaming and how to pay people for it.
They're not paying anyone.
I understand that.
Yeah,
but to Pete's point, that this is, I mean, it's been a decade, but it's still a lot of ebb and flow, and a lot of things are still, a lot of moving parts are still going on in this realm. Pro wrestling, they're gone away from the pay-per-view model, right? And so now how do they pay the wrestlers with this streaming stuff? And so that's been a big hot topic, and that's moved over into the Hollywood realm when it comes to the streaming. And so I'm with Pete. Like, it was talked about really well. Everyone that I had spoken to really liked it. And what you saw on social media was a lot of people really liking it. And so I think these places will take that over kind of outdated viewing numbers that we don't really understand or know how streaming viewing numbers work. And you have a lot of people who pirate this stuff that don't buy the streaming services and go on and pirate it too. Like,
yeah, but
sometimes, I've done that in the past when I don't want to get the streaming service.
dude.
Hey,
but it hasn't.
But there have been shows that have charted in the Nielsen's from Agatha.
Let's just go with the Nielsen's. Like, seriously,
that's
how antiquated of idea is that?
That's the way they look at it. These shows.
But that's what I'm saying. Who are the Nielsen families, though?
The same people that had the TV sets from back in the day.
And if that's true, that's what I'm saying. Well, now you're only watching what old people watch. Why is ER doing so well? Well, Blue Bloods.
Why is Love Island
still on the air? Oh, yeah, that's why.
Goddamn Love Island.
Well, that's what
the other one?
Artistic Love? Is ER too.
Family Guy is still in the top 10 every week.
Yes, Mama Bear, I agree. They did do Wonder Man dirty and didn't promote that very much, and that was a phenomenal show too.
Yeah,
agreed.
Wonder Man was great. All right, now let's get into Daredevil and Punisher movie team up. Will Marvel do it? Are there enough critical acclaim and chatter on social media from the fans? Is it financially viable for them to get a Daredevil and Punisher movie up and running with, in the theaters or on streaming? Would you guys want to see this?
My question is it a Daredevil movie with Punisher, or is it a Punisher movie with Daredevil? Because I think there's a difference in how you sell it. You could sell a Daredevil movie with the Punisher. I think it would be a different sell to do a Punisher movie with Daredevil in it, because you're basically saying, like, to your point, we're giving you superhero John Wick with Daredevil in it. Is basically what you'd be selling with the Punisher one. Daredevil, there's a lot of really rich Daredevil stories that have the Punisher in it that you could totally use to sell. So it's just kind of, they're two different things. A Punisher Daredevil team up movie, like where it's like they're co-leads.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine and Deadpool did really well, but are they on the same popularity level with comic book fans and general audiences as Deadpool and Wolverine? Probably not.
No.
So would I go see it? Yes, because I'm a sicko and I'll go see all of them. But
sure.
But I Daredevil would probably sell. It would probably do better than Punisher. But now that I say that out loud, I'm thinking in my head all the John Wick fans and how well John Wick did, and thinking like
maybe it's a different market now.
Different market. And John Bernthal's a real, a marketable actor. So. But I don't think he's ever been a lead in a major motion picture. He's always been like a side character or somebody that is really rich character, but isn't like the main focus. So that would be interesting, and maybe something that they would Charlie Cox has a little more experience in that realm. So maybe you do a Daredevil movie with Charlie Cox because he is more experience as a lead man in a Hollywood film. But who knows? Because they think about that stuff. A lot of that goes into it. So I don't know. I would like both, but it's kind of, they're different.
Yeah. What about you, Pete?
If they made it, I'd watch it, but I don't think they should make it.
I feel.
There's no benefit to doing so. This is not going to sell like the Avengers would sell. So you're already going to limit yourself there. So now we're going to give ourselves a limited budget. And then you start to question, well, why couldn't we just do this on TV? And to that point, I would say I would rather have an entire season of show with these two, give me 8 episodes, 8 hours, than an hour and a half or 2 hour movie.
Kind of a Mandalorian Grogu vibe.
Yeah, I'm still worried about going to the theater for that. And I love Star Wars. I like Mando, but I'm not going to lie. I am terrified of what the hell I'm going to see.
Well, from what I've seen with the reviewers, people that got to see it early, it's split. Diehard Star Wars fans don't like it. Casual Star Wars fans said they had fun. It's a great family, great for the kids.
So a killer episode of Mandalorian with just limited budget.
Yes. This could have been 2 episodes, they said.
Well, do we have a good example? What's a good example of something that went from TV to being good as a movie? That wasn't a nostalgia remake like The Fall Guy. Like, we're not going like from The Fall Guy, now we're making a movie The Fall Guy. That's different. Like, that's a whole different vibe, different thing.
Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece.
That anime, it's a little different. Then you're just trying to cash in
kind
on
of
the loyalty
argue.
of the fan base.
You could kind of. It went from cartoon to live action, but you could kind of argue Transformers, I guess. But it's a little different and not really like the same cast going.
They kind of reboot. It was the idea of the nostalgia reboot. It wasn't so much.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A carryover of, hey, the popularity of this, and like, whoa, the Sopranos were so great on TV. Let's put them on screen. Or
I know I'm trying to think. Like it's going to happen with Game of Thrones here down the road when they kind of go through that a little bit. But
that's a mistake too.
Yeah, I feel.
George R.R. Martin finished those goddamn books already?
No.
Well, hey, blame the Jets. If the Jets were better at football, then he would have finished them already.
Oh.
We got the Jets and the Jets fans. We have enough on our plates at the moment. We don't need his inability to finish a goddamn book too.
Well, hey, it's not. That's what he's blaming it on. So if the Jets.
I don't think I think a Daredevil Punisher movie or Punisher Daredevil movie would great for a show. Like he said, that's what they really should go for. I don't think a movie doesn't make any sense.
Well, anytime you do that, you ask yourself, like, why couldn't I watch this on the service I'm already paying for? Why did I come out tonight?
Yeah.
Now
if you throw Spider-Man in there, then you probably got something. And he's very close to both of those guys. So maybe
that's the other thing. I'm trying to think of a storyline too that we could.
You could do from Chip Zdarsky's run here, where Matt is getting more and more like going. It's where he fights Punisher when Punisher's in the hand or leaving the hand.
Okay.
And he's about to get arrested for accidentally killing somebody or something like that. I can't remember. Cole North is the detective on it. But
yeah, I got you. Okay.
Pete goes to see him at his apartment and is like, yo, you need to chill out. And Daredevil's like, no, I don't. and there's some good interaction with them there, and they do, some other things, but they could do something. But I'm with you. It's more of I'd watch a 10, 12 episode season of it instead.
Yeah. And as far as so that will be my Daredevil Punisher hate for the rest of the year. Until next year.
Until he shows up in the prison in Brand New Day?
Yes. But I do want to say, you brought up Mandalorian and Grogu. I loved all 3 seasons. I'm definitely going to see it day 1, Thursday. I have tickets.
Nice.
I just want to have fun. I don't need this big spectacle. I don't need them to innovate how special effects done. I don't need long as it's better than the prequels, I'm fine, because the prequels are still horrible. Screw the prequels.
Oh man.
I would take, if it's as good as Solo, I will take it. Love Solo.
Love Solo, huh? That's a
Solo's okay. Solo's okay.
That's a bold statement.
Kind. If it's as good as Solo, then great. Then at least it's enjoyable to watch.
That's like, if it's as good as boiled chicken, I'll be happy.
General public only remember Ben Affleck as Daredevil, and then they remember Ben Affleck as DCEU, and then they remember Snyder, and then they tune out. Oh Jesus!
Don't you Ben Affleck and Daredevil? Oh my gosh.
We don't need Ben Affleck as Daredevil again. No.
Oh, that playground flirt fight scene was right there with the basketball scene at Catwoman with Benjamin. I don't know. I honestly, to this day, I don't know which one's worse.
That's a great point, Pete. That is true.
I put those two against each other all the time in my head. And I go, I don't know. Certain days, this one's worse than the other. But man, these are 2 low points for us. But at least we got those low points. Because I also remember a time when I didn't have any superhero movies or any superhero TV shows.
Yeah, that's true.
We are arguing about toys.
Yeah, we're like Scrooge McDuck in our gold, pool of gold, just complaining about how much gold we have.
Listen, I will say this: Marvel fans, Star Wars fans, have been eating good for the last 20 years. Whether you you liked everything or not, they have gotten a lot of content from movies,
That's true.
with Marvel and the shows, and more so with TV shows with Star Wars characters that you never thought we would see.
I don't know. I would give Star Wars a break. It's been a while.
I don't care about movies.
All right, even
I like
TV. When was the last TV show?
Andor?
No. Was it Andor or was it the little kids one?
That kids one. Well, Andor season 1, then the Skeleton Crew came, Goonies and Star Wars.
Not to say I like them. To be
too.
fair, I'm just saying there hasn't been as much content as it seems. That stuff has been like, well, this is all you're getting this year.
Yeah. And Andor was good enough for me to be able to feel good for the next 5 years.
Yeah, it's just like I looked up Marvel movies coming out in the next couple of years. There's only 3 in the next 2 years.
And you got I'm sure they'll announce it probably at San Diego Comic-Con. I would assume they're probably going to announce the X-Men cast, and they're probably going to announce a couple things for after Secret Wars. So get ready for some Midnight Suns, because that's
Andor 2 was season 2 was the last one.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're definitely not getting a Solo Blade movie anymore. They couldn't figure out how to write it, which is crazy.
That's fine. I didn't really.
But he'll be in the Midnight Suns, and he'll be the leader of the Midnight Suns, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And then don't mention Midnight. I already went over that whole Marvel Midnight stuff.
Oh, I feel. Well, Midnight Suns is a cool, like, we fight the ghosts and the goblins and the vampires of the MCU. I like that. And they bring in Moon Knight.
They screwed up the game. I'm just saying they had a lot of potential with that game.
I liked the game. I thought the game
was
kind
of game. Really?
I played through it. It was a fun turn-based game. I mean,
you must like torture.
I feel. I mean, I did skip some dialogue stuff for sure. I didn't do all the. I didn't like go hang out with him in the hot tub and like go read through all the dialogue in the hot tub. But the story.
All right, we have a breaking news scoop. Feige is leaving. Wait for it.
No, he ain't going nowhere for a while. I would assume.
I don't. I
Where's he going?
I think he's leaving. I think he's retiring.
I'll tell you, there were some rumors of him going and taking over Star Wars a while ago, and since that didn't happen, I don't see him leaving Marvel. There's no way. He's got the best job in the world. He gets to play with all the toys that he's wanted to play with his entire life, and like,
I think I don't have a problem with when executives move on. It's not like their jobs are irreplaceable. Anybody can do their jobs. It's not like they're the ones writing the movies and shows. They're not directing it.
Yeah, but I will tell you, there's a lot that they got to do, and it's saying no, and it's figuring out how to. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy is one of the best producers in the history of Hollywood. She's produced some of the greatest movies ever, and look at how much chaos happened when she took over Star Wars, and how she had to deal with all this crazy chaos. And
then when she
good or bad decision that was made during that time.
But come to find out, a lot of it was Iger overruling her.
Iger too, Bob Iger also, but it's not easy to replace people. And it's a big
that's what I'm saying. Like, look what happened. We had Iger leave once, and then
he had to come back.
He had to come back. We still don't know what your DC universe is going to look like once it's under Paramount's
that's true too.
Control. So
I have my finger on the cancel button, cancel subscription for Warner Brothers if this deal goes through.
I mean, it's going through.
If James Gunn leaves and they restart this universe, I am done. I am done with the DCU. I am done.
I don't think they're going to do that. There's just too much invested into it. Like, I wouldn't. There's no way. Like, the Snyder bot people coming and saying, "Oh, it's going to go back to Snyder and they're going to go to Netflix." Like, that's just coping, in my opinion. I think that's just you're delusional. But there's too much going on in Superman. I know people say it didn't make a ton of money, but it did pretty good. And the public perception of this new universe is good. So I don't think it's going anywhere unless it just shits the bed. And I don't think it's
another thing. The way we look at the box office has got to change.
Yeah.
Box office is different now. It ain't what it used to be. We're not going to have. I don't know.
I know
movies don't have as much time as they used to be in the theaters before they just get pumped to now streaming. It's different.
Yeah, and there's so many
reevaluate our look at numbers. That's all.
And some people just prefer to stay home and wait for the hit streaming. and save the money, and all the nerds
Sometimes it's not a preference. Sometimes it's just I couldn't find time to get to see Mario. I wanted to see Mario in the theater with my son.
Jackson movie. Like I wanted
You're the problem, Pete. You're the problem. We keep getting Mario movies.
Couldn't get to the theater. That's all. It just happens.
Degrassi said Iger never really left the last time, and he isn't really leaving this time. He still maintains the executive board position.
True.
Bob Chapek couldn't move without Iger's consent. Same for Josh D'Amaro. And in case you guys missed it, Windenbaum has become the president of Marvel. Was it Marvel television and comics? So I told you guys 5-6 months ago that there was going to be a Marvel reboot of the comics. This is the start of it, guys.
I know, and I'm literally I'm gonna lose sleep until they let us know what's going on with Omnis and collected editions, because they have talked about a change coming to that, and if I'm scared. I'm terrified.
They're putting a.
We'll see.
I know. I'm looking at all the Omnis behind you.
Please don't get rid of them. Literally, will cry. I will cry. It's the only way I collect these things.
Putting a Disney exec in charge of the comic books is not a good thing.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like that either. The synergy thing that they've been trying to really push, that it's kind of like you've noticed the books it doesn't work. And I've noticed them trying to push away from that, and they'll throw something in every now and then, like, oh, the TVA comic book has Scarlet Witch sitting in there. Ooh, but like I don't want, please don't go full.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. So,
it doesn't work.
What's his name? CB?
Sobolski?
Yeah, Sobolski. We'll answer to him now.
Well, shit.
So,
is it him or is it him under his Asian alias?
CB yes, Sobolski. I remember that for a year before he got hired, which was stupid.
He's your editor now.
He's the editor.
What are we doing?
He's the reason we have 17 to 20 X-Men titles going on right now.
Yeah, I've never been a fan. No, it's nothing personal, but just never been a fan.
Well, I keep buying them all.
All right. Thank you guys for. I think we're going to end the Power Hour. It went longer than an hour. We had a good show tonight, guys.
Yeah, good discussion.
Thank you, Pete, for joining Zach and I and a pin. We appreciate it. You are more than welcome. Anytime Monday, you have time.
If I can get the watch list done early, yeah, sure.
If you need help with the watch list, I will do it.
You don't even know what you're asking.
I know.
It's a chore and a half to go through every goddamn book that gets published.
Sorry, I was looking at you.
Guys, here is the link for Zach's review of the what? God damn it! Hold on. For his Daredevil Bendis run, give it a watch.
Yeah, please do.
Sub up to the Black Order Comic Club, part of my club. He's my comic book bro, I guess. Guess we're calling each other. Also, make sure you like, subscribe to this channel, because we have more great content coming. And if you want to see future arguments between me and Zach and a guest, make sure you have the notifications and bell turned on. And if you're not already subscribed to Renovision, what are you doing with your life? I'm there every Wednesday, yelling at Marco.
That you are.
I do. I
needed a break.
You did need a break. So sub up to Renovision if you haven't already subbed up. He puts out a video every week. He does the weekly top 10 on cbsi.com. He actually has real numbers and real data on his list. He does research. He tries.
I try to explain and be completely transparent with what I
wait. So I can't call you up and say, Pete, put my book on the list. I have a lot of them.
You can try, and I'll tell you, I'm going to look at it anyway. Feel free. Any of you out there, you want to hit me up with the tip line? I'll look, but then don't be mad if I call you out when I say, two sales is not hot, guys. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
We can't do it. It's two sales is two people willing to pay a lot of money for one thing. That's great.
You know, just like con exclusives. They sell big on whatnot and cons, and once people have them in their hands, they drop like crazy. And thank you, JJ.
What happened? I don't know. Forgot about that one.
And thank you, JJ. I'm doing the Lord's work by putting with Marco every week.
That he is.
So thank you, everyone. I will see you Wednesday on Rendivision. Take care. Have a good night. And I love you guys in the chat for showing up and always agreeing with me because I'm always right. That's why I'm the host.